Hi there, Brittany Purcell, and today I want to talk to you about the initial phone call to have with a potential buyer that calls in on one of your signs. And when I say signs, real estate has evolved a lot, and a lot of times people are not driving around physically to go see a house. A lot of times they are looking online. So if your website is really good and they've landed on your website and your phone number was easily accessible, they may have called you from there. They may have called you off of a social media post. They may have called you off of a newspaper ad, for all I know. Either way, when somebody picks up the phone and reaches out to you, the opening line that I want you to use is, wow, we've had a lot of people reach out about that house. It must be a really hot house. That's your opening line, okay? Whether that's in a message or on the phone. And then we're gonna start the conversation, okay? The acronym that we're going to be using today is called LPMAMA. It is fun to say and it's easy to remember, and I'll walk you guys through what it means and what you say in the process and how it helps you guide the conversation. So I recently got another little tip at the very beginning of the conversation. I want you to say, people generally call in on my listings for one of two reasons. They're either a buyer thinking about buying, or they're a seller wanting to know what the value of their home is worth. Which one of those are you? The reason that we're asking this question is because every single one of us walks into a store and the sales support says, "Hi, how can I help you today?" And we all say, "Thanks, I'm just looking," right? Even though we get halfway through that store and we realize we were not just looking, we came in for an item that's specific and they just reorganized their whole store. And so now we don't know where the person in the proper vest is to help us out and find it. Their initial reaction is, "Thanks, I'm just looking. Can I have the information that I'm looking for? That's all I want." Our goal is to build a relationship with them. And so this tool that I'm about to give you today is a tool to build a relationship. Real estate is a relationship business. It's a service-oriented business, and this is a tool to help you close it in the first interaction. I remind our agents all the time that you are constantly interviewing for the opportunity. Every single phone call, every single text message, every single Facebook post, Twitter post, whatever it is that you're doing, you are always interviewing for the job. People are judging based on every interaction. And so mastering this conversation is going to be essential for you to become great and solidify the relationship the first time around. Today, we're just going to do an overview. There will be more detailed, more in-depth script practicing and things like that on your team, and we might have some videos uploaded at a later date that would give you guys a little bit more in-depth, but today's just the basics. So you have your opening line. You also have your first question that you're asking them to figure out who they are and what they're looking for. And if they are a buyer, we're going to move forward with the location, price, mortgage, motivation, agent, and closing for an appointment. I said those a little out of order. I apologize. This is LPMAMA is the acronym for LPMAMA. That's what we affectionately call it. L stands for location. Is this house in the location that they really want to buy in? Price. How much can they afford? Like, are they paying cash? Are they getting financing? What is it that they're doing? Okay. And are they doing this based on the monthly payment? Is this grandpa giving them money? What is this? And is this the price range that they were looking to be in? Okay. Motivation is the first M. And motivation is, when can you move in? Okay. Are they renting? Do they own? Do they need to sell first? Do they need to save money first? Are they looking for some unicorn house that doesn't really exist right now and they're not in a hurry? We need to know what their motivation is to determine how much energy you're going to put into it and how you're going to approach the situation going forward. Now, a key question, the first A, is, do they have an agent? Now, there are a couple philosophies on this. Some people say buyers are liars, and I really don't like that expression, because they're not really liars. They're just trying to get the information that they're looking for. And sometimes they don't understand what we're asking, right? A lot of the things that we ask are in our wheelhouse, not in theirs, and they don't understand our language. And so the way that I want you to ask this, I'm going to get really specific in a little bit. Be careful. It's not just, do you have an agent representing you? There's some more specific ways that we can go into this, okay? So we'll go into that in a minute. The second M is if they're getting a mortgage, we're asking them, have they already been pre-approved? Like, what have they dug into? Have they had their credit run? Have they had their documents run? Where are they in the process? Okay. And then the last A is for appointment. The ultimate goal at the end of this phone call is for you to get an appointment with this person so that you can build a deeper relationship with them and figure out what it is that they're looking for and begin that client brokerage conversation. Okay. All right, so the way that we're going to move through this phone call is, we already said, oh my gosh, we've had a lot of people asking us about that house. This must be a really hot house. Now, people call for one of two reasons. They're either a buyer thinking about buying in the area, or they're a seller. They want to know what their house is worth. Which one are you? Great. Now, somebody might say, I'm an agent. Okay, well, we're going to change the script a little bit, right? Because we don't have to ask an agent all of these questions. However, if they're not, if they're a buyer or a seller, you're going to go from there. Now, whenever they say, I'm a buyer, I'm thinking about buying in that area. Awesome. Well, stay on the line with me while I get it pulled up. Now, I know that that house is over in such and such school district, or whatever city, county, whatever it is that you want to say. It's local to you, right? You know where the homes are, and what, if it's, whether it's a neighborhood, or if it's uptown or downtown or in town or out of town, whatever, you're going to use your language. Now, that house that you're calling on is in blank. It's uptown. Is that the area that you're looking to buy in? Now, keep in mind, when I ask a question, I'm not going, is that the area you want to buy in? I don't go up with my voice, I go down with my voice. Whenever we go up in the pitch of our voice at the end of a question, we actually create doubt. I want you to create certainty. I want these people to be confident in working with you. So make sure that you're making your voice go down at the end of a conversation. Overemphasize it here, and then I want you to overemphasize it as well, because when you're nervous on the phone with them, you're going to forget a lot easier than you would in practice. And if they say, yeah, that's kind of the area that we've been looking at, great. So the home that you called on is $350,000. What price range are you comfortable buying in? Now, that is an open-ended, a little bit more open-ended question. It's not quite a yes, it's not quite a no, but we're asking them for a little bit more information, right? And they'll hopefully tell you what their price point is. Great, cool. So just curious, when are you looking to move? Like, do you own a home? Are you currently renting right now? What's your situation, right? I'm looking to make this as conversational as I possibly can so that I can get the story and build a relationship with them and get the information, because we need to know. All right, you're building a conversation. You're not just powering through with 20 questions. You will be talking to them and building rapport with them along the way. You're just making sure that you move through this conversation, right? And the acronym. So working with an agent, I told you guys that I would give you a very specific way to ask this, and I'm telling you, just trust me, ask it this way every single time. Great. When it comes to buying this home, whenever you're ready to write an offer, who's going to write the offer for you? This is imperative, guys, because they may not think they have an agent, but their cousin is a real estate agent 3 hours away, and they were really hoping that they could write it for them because they're calling listing agents. Or they might be wanting to go to the listing agent because they think they're going to get a better deal on the commission or something like that. So make sure that you're asking, when you do write the offer, who's going to write it for you? That's going to be imperative. Now, just curious, we're going to the next M. For mortgage, right? Will you be paying cash out of pocket, or will you be needing a mortgage for the house? 90% of the people that we get, because of the market we're in, are looking to get a mortgage. So they're going to go, oh no, we're definitely getting the mortgage. Okay, great. And I follow up with that. So do you have a relationship with a lender already that you've started with, or would you like for me to connect you with one? I've got some really amazing lenders with great customer service and great rates. And at that point, we're going to connect them later on. Now, we get all the way to the end of the conversation, and if it sounds like this is a buyer that is ready to move at some point in the near future and they are not working with an agent, our next prerogative is to get an appointment with them. So the next thing that I say is, it sounds like you're ready for the next natural step of the home buying process. I'd love to sit down with you and walk you through what you can expect out of this market so that you guys can win and get the best deal possible. When are you available? Weekdays or weekends? And remember that downswing, right? Because going from all of these questions to an appointment, you want to create a sense of security in this. You don't want to go, well, do you want to like set an appointment next? Because if you do that, they pick up on the doubt that you have, and they're going to go, no, we'll just call you when we have a great house that we want to go see, because they think that the next appointment is the house that they need to go see, when actually we need to prep them for the buyer presentation, just like you would go on a listing presentation for a seller. We want to prep them for what's going on in the market, how to approach this market, how to negotiate, what their contracts are going to look like. And in a later video, I'll walk you guys through the buyer presentation that we do so that you can set your buyers up with something similar. With that, that's the end of LPMAMA for today. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us, and I'm happy to train you or your agents. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a great day.